Do you ever wonder what could be the very first food eaten by man aside from plants and animals? Today, we're diving into a delicious time capsule to explore the oldest foods in the world. These are not just ancient recipes, they're edible artifacts that tell the story of human civilization. Long before the advent of literacy, food preparation was a common practice. However, since written communication had not yet evolved during the early stages of cooking, the initial recipes of humankind went undocumented. Plants and animals have been consumed by humans for thousands of years. As people learned more about the best dietary practices for improved survival, they started creating foods that necessitated specific ingredients and methods of preparation. What are some of the oldest foods known in human history? We'll start off with honey, the oldest edible food still found today. Honey, discovered in an ancient Egyptian tomb, holds the title for the world's oldest food that can still be eaten. This honey, approximately 3,000 years old, remains unspoiled thanks to its antimicrobial qualities. The high sugar content, low moisture, and slight presence of hydrogen peroxide in honey create an environment inhospitable to bacteria and other microorganisms, preventing their growth. However, honey's state can alter over time. Should its moisture level rise above 18%, it risks spoiling. In ancient times, honey was often combined with liquids in the initial stages of fermentation. Second, the oldest written stew recipe, Mesopotamian stew. The earliest known recipe for stew, written on a Sumerian cuneiform tablet dating back to approximately 3750 BC, is for a mutton stew known as tugu. This recipe includes specific aromatic ingredients, chunks of meat, fat, and vegetables. However, the idea of stew predates stew by several millennia. This cooking method, which involves simmering meat in water over a fire, was widespread among various cultures. In Neolithic Europe, for instance, people frequently consumed stews made from whatever was on hand, including grains, meat, vegetables, and fish. Third on the list, the oldest refrigerated dairy, bog butter. The most ancient bog butter unearthed to date is approximately 5,000 years old. Ancient individuals concealed this butter in bogs, though the exact reasons remain a mystery. Due to the oxygen-free nature of Irish bogs, wooden containers holding the butter were preserved, preventing decay from a lack of oxygen. Intriguingly, some of the discovered bog butter has been consumed by those who found it. The earliest documented instance of someone tasting modern-era bog butter dates back to 1859. The flavor was reported to be somewhat reminiscent of cheese. Coming forth, the oldest spice, garlic mustard seeds. The discovery of garlic mustard seed remnants indicates that, dating back approximately 6,000 years, pre-agricultural hunter-gatherers in Denmark and Germany were already using spices to enhance their meals. This marks the earliest concrete proof of intentional spice usage in cuisine. These ancient peoples prepared garlic mustard seeds in cookware alongside fish and meat, using them as a spicy seasoning. Fifth, the oldest snack food, popcorn. The practice of popping popcorn dates back over 6,500 years and originated in Peru, where people would wrap a suitable cob in its husk and place it on smoldering coals to pop. Corn itself was domesticated about 10,000 years ago in Mexico. Today, there are 6 varieties of corn: popcorn, dent corn, flint corn, pod corn, sweet corn, and flour corn. And on 6th, the oldest fast food, tamales. Originating from Mesoamerica about 10,000 years ago, tamales have a long history with the Olmecs and Toltecs, who favored them for their ease of transport. This food has since gained global popularity, with each culture and region adding its unique twist to the preparation. Tamales are an economical choice for feeding large groups, as they effectively extend the use of ingredients like meats, vegetables, and sauces within a massive enclosure. Historically, their portability made them a staple for military forces. The traditional method of preparing tamales involves enclosing a mixture of masa dough and various fillings, such as meats, beans, or fruits, within corn husks or banana leaves. These bundles are then steamed, creating a convenient, self-contained meal that's wrapped and ready to eat. And lastly, the oldest processed food, bread. The origins of bread are so ancient that the story will never be fully unraveled, though it probably began around 30,000 years ago. As Neolithic farmers began cultivating grains, cereal-based products like bread became staple foods. The earliest known proof of bread making occurred with the Natufian hunter-gatherers that lived in the Levant over 14,000 years ago. Natufian hunter-gatherers represent the transition from hunting and gathering-centered cultures to a more sedentary lifestyle. It is a noteworthy moment in cultural evolution, since Neolithic agriculture didn't develop for another 4,000 years. The earliest bread makers probably made flatbread from club rush tubers and wild einkorn, which they processed by dehusking, grinding, and kneading before baking. It's yet to be determined if the development of bread products influenced the cultivation of grains. The tedious grinding of a rare resource may have led to innovations like farming that allowed for convenient grain sourcing. The development of civilizations has been profoundly shaped by dietary habits, with Homo erectus being the earliest known archaic human to intentionally use cooking methods. Evidence in Israel shows that they were cooking fish over fires more than 750,000 years ago. Furthermore, both Neanderthals and Homo sapiens were known to cook roots in South Africa approximately 170,000 years ago. And there you have it, folks. We've just taken an incredible culinary journey back in time, exploring the 7 oldest foods in the world. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you love this gastronomic adventure, please hit that like button. It really supports the channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you won't miss out on our future food explorations. Also, I'm curious, which of these ancient foods surprise you the most? Or maybe there's an ancient food I didn't mention that you think deserves a spotlight. Let's chat in the comments below. I love reading your thoughts and insights. You may also want to watch the 10 fat-burning foods to eat and 10 everyday foods that will slowly kill you. Until then, keep exploring the flavors of history and remember, every bite has a story. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.